You see this? This is where we started. 9 agents. I just want all of you to see this. This is when I kept records by hand, because there were no computers. Those 9 agents wrote for the month $21,339 in 1985, all combined. I would say we've come a long way. What would you say? We've come a long way. I'm going to bring this back in a moment because it's so important as we cast a very strong vision today. We're going to be casting. What does casting mean? Somebody. What does it mean to cast?
Generate.
To project it out. What else?
Generate.
What else?
Generate.
Generate. When you're casting, what are you doing?
Shaping.
What?
Creating.
You're shaping, you're creating, you're casting. I'm taking something, I'm casting it out to you and saying, here it is. We're going to cast a vision that is 1 decade long. Okay? That's what's going to be different here today over every other year that I've addressed this agency. Let me stick to my notes because it's important that I do, especially in a vision meeting. Since the inception of this agency, and every year for the last 25 years, we have casted vision for the agency first, and for second, every one of you in the agency. While this year is no different than any other year, it is quite different than any other vision meeting because we will be casting for the next decade. Now, I just celebrated my 34th year. In fact, David, a little later, will give me my plaque for 34 years. So, I started where many of you in here in class started. Pre-licensing. Now, my exam had 4 questions in it, and I don't think that was really a problem then. It did attract a lot of unscrupulous characters, so they have made it a little tougher now.
It's a good thing you got to it right.
Yeah, I did. But let me continue and say that in the past, let me give you what Simon just said. In the past 2 years, this agency has grown 28% in the last 2 years. Average 2-year growth, 28. By anyone's standards, that's strong. That's good growth. How many of you admit that that's pretty good growth? Would you agree? Pretty good growth. So we did the math, David and I, and we decided that we're going to continue to grow, but we're going to trim it to 25%. So we're going to cast vision right now for 25% growth for the next decade. That means that on December 31st, 2025, hold on, Dave. Here it is. 1 second. We will close that year with $50 million. Let me take you through that vision right now. And when it's up, I want you to see if you can get excited about it. Dave, start us off. In 2015, too fast, Dave. Holy shit. It's almost slow it down. Dear God, we rehearsed this. We rehearsed it, I promise you.
Wait, we're 2020. And there we are, 2024.
There we go. Come on, where's 2024? There it is.
If you get me one in it.
You're not getting excited. Let's get started. Grab a seat. Because now we want to talk to you about how we're going to get there. It's one thing to have a vision. Anyone can have a vision. It's another thing to have a plan. You've heard me say it. You can be motivated all day long, But if you don't have a plan and you're motivated, what are you? A motivated what?
Idiot.
Say it again.
Idiot.
Motivated idiot.
Motivated idiot.
Fired up?
Ready to go.
Ready to go, but I don't know how I'm going to get there. That's a motivated idiot. I don't want you or me to be motivated idiots. I want you and me to be motivated for something so big, while at the same time, realistically, we implement. See, I learned from your great-grandfather and my father, Bernard Rappaport. He said, dream big, but implement realistically. So, let's get about implementing this vision. Let's unleash this vision, and let's each of us take a piece of it for ourselves. So we know this, that this vision of ours will attract the kind of people who believe in big dreams. Big dreams. This vision is for people who subscribe to what the great Napoleon Hill said in Think and Grow Rich, when he said, what the mind can conceive and believe. Can someone finish it?
You can achieve it.
Finish it. It can what? It can achieve. Everybody say achieve. Achieve. Some of you need a little waking up. Everybody go like this. Is there a pulse? Is there a pulse to all of you? Some of you seem dead as hell. Some of you need to wake up. Turn to the person next to you and say, wake up already. You're pissing the man off. Come on. Don't piss me off. What the mind, everybody repeat after me, what the mind can conceive, and believe, it can achieve. That means that I can achieve anything I set my mind to. There you go, baby. Give yourselves a hand. Come on, let's go. Set your mind. Set it up. Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right. Don't look behind you. When you drive your car, are you looking in the rearview mirror? If you are, you're going to crash. Or you're looking out the windshield of faith in front of you. The mind can conceive. We've conceived this 50 million. It's like a child. It's been conceived. We're conceived. We're going to give birth. Ladies, doesn't conception come before the birth?
Yes.
Don't you have to conceive first?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much, ladies.
That's the fun part.
Gotta conceive. Gotta conceive. So you gotta conceive. What are you conceiving? This is our vision. Read that out loud. Ready? Everybody go.
Without a vision, people can perish. Our vision is...
What is it?
51 million.
Now, take what we've done, follow our lead, and get a vision before this day ends. If you haven't already got it, I know a bunch of you already have them. I want you to relook at your vision and get sold out. Get sold out. I'm sold out on this 50. Don't try to talk me out of it. You hear me? Can I get an amen? Amen. Church of AIL, it's beginning. Don't ever try to convince me otherwise. Don't try to bring me logic. Traditional thinking. I give a shit about traditional thinking. Hello? Great things don't happen when we think average, does it?
No.
But when you dream big, oh dear God in heaven, the windows of heaven open.
Amen.
Thank you. It's church. Church is starting. Success. What is it? If someone, Dave, that was the cue, by the way. Just see if he's paying attention. For the next slide, let's see if he's got it. Yes, thank you, Dave Lewis. Oh boy. Just like we rehearsed. If someone asked you this question, how would you define success? What would you say? How do you define success? What defines success for you?
Achieving your goals.
Achieving your goals? Somebody else?
Freedom.
Freedom? Somebody else? How about health?
Happiness.
How about, are you a success when you're healthy?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Right?
Yes.
When your children are doing well?
Yes.
Right? Success can be defined many ways. Let me give you the dictionary's definition of success. The dictionary describes success this way: the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, the attainment of popularity, production, and or profit. The accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. Some of you have already said what you think success is. I've heard things like money. You're a success when you have money. I've heard good health. When you have a great family, you're a success. Great friends, you're a success. A fulfilling career, you're a success. And none of these would be wrong. Here's why. Because now I'm going to give you the real definition of success. Success is the progressive realization of worthwhile personal dreams and goals. So I would encourage every one of you today, as you walk each day, as you breathe each day, that you embrace this definition of success. Success is the progressive realization of worthwhile dreams and goals. There is no other way to define success. And by the way, this can include money, good health, great family, great friends, great career, a feeling of fulfillment. Dreams. Dreams is what people of success have. People who are successful have big dreams. Because success is what? The progressive realization of worthwhile dreams and goals. Is this making sense?
Yes.
Listen, here's all I care about. You know, David and somebody was saying, Eric, I know you're doing the book signing, but what if nobody comes? I said, I don't care if my mother shows up. Call her up. Make sure my mother's online. And this way I got one person to sign a book for. What am I saying? Listen, I've never played my music for the masses. I've always lived my life each day because I want to run my race. I want every one of you to run your race. I want you to leave this meeting room today more convicted than ever to your personal dreams and goals, and keep your eyes on those things and not on your problems. I'm going to tell you something. Problems are here and they're here to stay. Okay? By the way, let me give you some crappy news. Okay, the problems you got right now, I'm sure they hurt. But let me give you the good news. They're going to go away eventually. Eventually they'll get resolved. But let me give you now the flip bad news. More are coming. How many of you know that you're going to have problems in the future? Come on, anybody here knows that they're going to have problems? Okay, you are very wise people. You're going to have problems. And here's what I've discovered. The more I focus on my problems, the more I focus on everything that's wrong in my life,
More problems you have.
my problems increase. You hit it. But the more I focus on my purpose, the more I focus on my mission, the more I focus on my goals, on my dreams, then the universe, God, will send me the people I need. He'll open doors that need to be opened. He'll close doors that need to be closed.
Amen.
Because you are a meaningful specific. Who here will join me and David and Simon and have big dreams, big goals for this year, for the next decade? Come on! Come on! You got everything to gain, nothing to lose. You got everything to gain, nothing to lose by thinking along these lines. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Come on.
Come on.
Focus on what's right in your life. not what's wrong. If you're single and you're wanting to be married, it's okay. Focus on being the best single person that ever walked the planet.
Yeah.
You following me? Be an amazing single person.
Dynamite.
And don't be desperate. Whatever you do, don't be desperate. Because when you're desperate, you make bad choices. Come on, anybody here? Oh my God. Hello. Jesus. Ooh, I hit a few nerves there. Dreams are those things in the future that would make your life more enjoyable, more fulfilling, more gratifying, more valuable, the same way they did for Evan Holzhauer. Evan, where are you? Where Evan?
Stand up, Evan. Stand up, Kevin.
Not many years ago, this young man entered these doors and, like every one of you, was scared to death. Had no idea what he was. I didn't say to sit down. I'll tell you where you can sit. Scared to death. The thought of doing this, I'm sure, was like all of us. Insurance? Can you show us what he just got, Dave? Dave, I believe the next PowerPoint shows a little bit about Evan's joy. This is what Evan just bought. Evan just bought himself. Here's one. That is a dream realized. You can do better than that. Come on. That's his dream. That's one of his dreams. That's one of his dreams. It came. Sent me a text. I could tell almost, I could feel the tears through the text, how excited he was, how proud he was, how grateful he was that he came to this great company. Dreams. That's what it's all about. How many of you have a dream for a nice house? How many of you have a dream for a brand new Maserati? Come on. Hello. How many of you have a dream for maybe a vacation home somewhere else? How many of you have a dream to travel to Europe and spend 3 weeks and take 20 grand in cash and just buy whatever the hell you want? Come on. How many of you want that? Come on. Yeah. That's what we're here to do. We are here to help you achieve your dreams, your goals. And when you achieve your dreams and your goals, and we, the leaders, we achieve ours. Because a big part of our goal is to see you succeed. There's nothing more exciting to me than to see Evan and his beautiful bride, who now are planning on having children, purchase their own home. And now they're able to raise their own family. And I know Evan's going to write a check for college. He's not going to have to borrow any money for it. Get ready, sucker. Yes. Those colleges ain't cheap, Evan. Dreams. 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 Gotta have them. Before a dream, or after the dream, I should say, really, comes the goals. Goals are those things that we set daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly. And those goals, those daily goals, will feed right in to the dream that we have. We know that if I do this every day for the next year, 2, 3, 4, whatever I got to do, that 5 years from now, I'll be able to, like Evan, buy that brand new house that I've been dreaming about. Are you with me here? Come on now. You got to have daily goals, and those daily and weekly, and you got to be visionary, and you got to look at them every single day. One of those yearly goals for every one of you should be the national convention. If you're sitting in this room right here, right now, you should be making a commitment to yourself, to your significant other, whoever you want to bring, that you will be at our national convention next year. I believe for all of you here, we're now qualifying for Puerto Rico. You're going to see in a moment, where all of you are going to be going, but I got to get some confirmation. Over 2,000 people from all over the globe will come together very soon in San Diego, California, to celebrate another historic week. While we do not yet have officially who has qualified, We think you are aware if you qualified. You should know who you are. Would you please stand up? We can't, I don't want to officially, but if you think you qualified, I know a bunch of you know you did. Come on, give it up for these people. Right? Every one of you. Come on. High five them. High five them. Somebody high five them. Yo, do it. Let those people high five you. All of you, let them high five you. Come on, all of you. High five that person. Come on. Oh, you know we had to do it. Yo, Mary. All right, thank you, Dave. What all of you who just stood may or may not be aware of is that when you go to a national convention, it could be a life-changing experience. Let me explain. In November of 1980, I qualified in my first year to attend the AIL convention that year. I also happened to finish among the top producers nationwide. I was number 4 that year, and I was getting on stage to get a plaque. Now, there was a total of 5 people in the company, but I don't think that made my success any less. 5 people, I was still 4. 4's a good number, right? 4's a good number.
Not last.
No, exactly. And if it was second, then I would have been the first loser, so I didn't want number 2 either. But kidding aside, it was a life-changing experience for me. Jihad, I'm going to explain to you why. After receiving the award, as I walked on and now off the stage, and for those of you who go to a convention, when you see what it is at stage, it's like it's Hollywood. Okay? This is red carpet shit. This is big time. I'm scared to death. Because I'm nervous. I got to go up on stage, nervous. How many of you get nervous when you're before hundreds and hundreds of people and you're going to get an award and you got to say something? Holy shit, I was scared to death. But after I got my award and I said whatever stupid thing I said, I was 20 at the time, Mr. Rappaport grabbed me. He hustled over to me. I never forgot it. And he grabbed me and he put his arms around me and he whispered into my ear, "One day, young man, you're going to be a great state general agent. Trust me on that one." That's what he said to me. Now you got to understand why that was so significant. I want to give you why that was so significant to me. You see, I come from a background where I'm not supposed to and wasn't supposed to achieve this. It just wasn't supposed to happen. My father had a stroke at 43 years old, became permanently paralyzed. My mother got cancer 2 years later. We lost our home within 2 years of her cancer. I had to move out and move into the back of a van and shower on the beaches. Life didn't look good for me. So when I came to this company, I didn't trust anyone. Do you understand where I'm coming from here? Life up to that point had dealt me, in my mind, a really crappy hand. Anybody understand what I'm saying? Anybody ever feel that way? Or am I the only one that ever felt that way? No one believed in me. We struggled. But then all of a sudden, I'm at this convention with all these people that I've never met, and this founder of this company who is like God to me, and says to me, "One day you're going to be a great state agent." And I had a hard time believing that. But I then realized he must see something in me that I don't see in me. And I've spent the next 34 years of my life trying to prove that he was right in what he saw. And I don't know if I've done that yet. I'll let history judge my life. But this company changed my life on that day because finally someone believed in me. And now I began to believe in me. And then as I began to believe in me, Bernard no longer worried about me. And then he said to me, "Now, Eric, I want you to go serve other people. I want you to help other people realize this dream. I want you to wake up every day and say to yourself what I say to myself. I owe, I owe, I owe. And because I'm so blessed, I owe so much. The convention did that for me. If I didn't get to the convention, it would have never happened. I wouldn't have had that life-changing experience. So I'm saying and asking and casting vision right now that every single one of you in this room today, every one of you there in Attleboro in our Massachusetts office, if you will decide right now with me and decide that you're going to be at the national convention, I want you to stand up right now and hold yourself accountable to that. If you plan on, all of you here, being at the convention in Puerto Rico, which is right now you got to qualify, would you please stand up right now if you plan on being there? Stand up. Stand up.
Just like Puerto Rico.
That would be everyone. Is there anyone sitting? Is there anyone sitting? Listen to me now. Pull that shit out of you. You know this song right here? Till I collapse. Come on, are you guys ready? You want to go? Are you serious? Did you stand up? Did you stand up? Or are you going to go to convention? What is it, people? What is it? Dare to dream. Dare to make it. Challenge yourself. Don't give yourself excuses. Don't do it. Decide that you're going to be with David and me and Simon and the rest of us at this next year's convention. And let me now show you where you're all going. Dave, you ready? Lower those lights, grab a seat. Now that you stood up, now you're going to find out where you're going. Lower those lights. Any of you got your planners with you? I want you to put it in there right now. I want you to schedule yourself to be at this convention. Okay? Get it in your planner right now. Put those dates down. This is how you achieve things in life. You cast vision for something you want, you put it in writing, you look at it, and you say, this is where I'm going. And then, together with you, we're going to show you what you need to do to qualify and get there. Now, let me ask you one more time, now that you've seen this and now you know what's at risk, how many of you plan on being with us in Puerto Rico at this national convention? Make all it is the choice. You decide. Now, I want to ask one more question of you. Most of you, if not all of you, stood up, as you should, because qualifying for this convention is doable. It's achievable. It doesn't take superstar production. It takes an average production week, probably 2,000 a week at best, give or take. You're talking about 2 applications a week, 3. Come on, it's really, you should be saying to yourself, it's ridiculous that I not qualify. So for those of you who think like that, that means you could be thinking, what will it take to get on stage?
Yeah.
Ooh, no, that's the one I'm waiting to cast right now. Okay, this is the one I've been waiting on. All right, now, all of you, I don't want to say who should and who shouldn't stand. Let me not do that. But let me just do this right now. I want to cast this vision out there because I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of you, whoever of you, to decide right now that you're going to cross that stage at the national convention. You're going to throw your hat in the ring and you're going to go after it. If you are that person and you want to go national stage, I'm talking getting an award, flowers, all of that, evening gown, Tom Ford suits, all that shit, tuxedos, everything, pictures, everything. You would look good in a great evening gown, Paul. You really would. Very sexy man. Put him in an evening gown. He'd look good. How many of you, is there anyone in here who's going to challenge themselves? Because here's why. If you stand, here's what I promise you. I'm going to give you extra support. I'm going to personally go out of my way to work with you a little bit more, to support you, to kick you, to push you, to love you, to do whatever I got to do to help you get there. Are you with me, gang? Yeah. I personally will see to it. So make sure that if you stand, you really mean it, because I really mean it. Who here wants to be on national stage next year in Puerto Rico? Stand up. Just stand up if you want to. Come on. Stand up. Look at you. Look at this. We got winners over here. Give yourselves a hand. Come on. Now, high five people. You look at that person. Look at that person. I want you to look at that person and say, I'm with you, baby. I'm with you. We're doing it together. Let's go. Come on. Amazing. Amazing. Amazing.
You're not sharing with me. I'll be there.
starts with a decision. It starts with an internal drive to say, I'm going for it. That's where it starts. Now that you've made that decision, choose the relationships you have carefully. Choose to listen to only certain people. Be careful to spend too much time with people who are not going anywhere specific. Are you with me here, gang? I say to my daughter this way, sleep with dogs, wake up with fleas. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to win, all of you who stood up, you should find each other. You should find each other and encourage each other and hang around each other. When I go to an SJ meeting, I hang around the winners. I hang around the movers and the shakers. I move around people, I hang out with people who are coachable. Laura Fisher, who came from this agency, whose picture is on that wall, is now one of the great state general agents in this company, reached out and said, Eric, I'd like for you and David to help me and my agency. They're neighbors, literally. One part of you could say, well, why would you do that? You're kind of competing with them. No, I'm not here to compete with anybody. I'm here to complete. That's what I am. Let's complete each other. We can compete with each other and complete each other at the same time. Does that make sense? Yeah. So let's compete to complete. Okay? You decide. Now, oh boy, I want to take you on a journey right now. Clicker. Or David, you run it. Lower those lights. I want to take you on a journey as to why I believe with all of my heart that our $50 million vision is firmly rooted and will come to pass. Mr. Rappaport taught me if you want to know what someone's done, if you want to know rather what someone's going to do, you got to look at what? What they've done. Right? If you want to know what someone's going to do, you got to look at what they've done. I want you to look at the history of this agency that all of you are a part of. Because this is an agency steeply rooted in winning. Let me explain. Let me show you. You just saw that little booklet. Let me go through this so you could see. There it is. It started with 9 people. What year? September 19 what? 85. 85. 21 grand we did for the whole month. Who here has done that themselves personally in 1 month? I think Amy has. How many of you? Personally you did. I had 9 people. Fast forward it. What year? Look in the right corner, 1989. 4 years later, I had created an internal newsletter. And if you read where the paragraph, let me do this. I'm going to pull out one of the paragraphs. What is that, Dave? No. This past month, for most of us, was a good one. This agency, again, finished second in the country. Guess who was number 1? The Altigs. So, as you can see, I hope, 1989, started in 85, by the 4th year, we were now the number 2 agency in the entire nation, only behind the Altigs. And we would spend the rest of our lives chasing the Altigs. Those bastards. Bastards, they always were in front of me. Son of a bitch. But he's now my best friend. How many of you would like to make best friends with the number 1 producer, Ernie, right? Don't you want to? He's my best friend. Super talented. There we go. That was a sign of things to come, David. Here we are in 1989. Look at the names. Gary Hausman.
It's David Hausman's dad.
David Hausman's father. I recruited his father years ago, and then his father recruited his son, and then I hired David, and David was one of our MGAs here. But that was David. Look at, I believe Scott Remy's in the house somewhere. Where are you, Scott? Look at you, baby. Come on, give it up for Scott. Qualified for convention. 1989, Scott, so, right? You remember that? Yeah. Brenda? Yes. Come on. Wait, you think Spotlight came out, right? Look at, they stole my name. I called it Searchlight. They called it Spotlight. We had our own magazine. So here we are. It's 89 now. It's 1991. Number 1, 2 months in a row. And then, again, we set a new record for that month. There's Gary, Robin. I'm sure, Scott, you remember all these people, man, like it was yesterday. Now we go to 1993, 2 years later, okay? Who's number 1?
Altigs.
Who's number 2? We were the first losers. We were the first losers. Number 2 was the first loser. But what were we? We were number 2, always in the hunt. Follow? Always up on top. 184% of quota was Rick. We were 130. So that was 93. Well, now I believe this year is 1999. Dave, am I right? I can't see
It's
it.
in the top corner. You can.
Yeah, but I can't see it. What you're about to look at, I'd love to tell all of you that the road to success is paved with this, but it wasn't. What you're looking at now is my individual day and what my days were like. Because after those reigning years that we did great, there was some things going on in the company, and my agency had gone through some transitions, and it wasn't good. The agency had now fallen down, and production wasn't nearly where I needed it to be to pay my bills. I'm keeping it real, okay? The road to success is never paved with these type of situations where you don't have challenges. I was about to lose it all. The sheriff came to my door, and they wanted to close my office because I couldn't pay the rent. You all see me now. You didn't see me then. So what did I do? What did I do? I couldn't pay my bills. I didn't have enough renewals. I didn't have any renewals at the time to live on. So what did I do?
Get out there.
I got out in the field. What you're looking at here is my field activity. Up here, let me see if I can get the individual sheets. We got them? Yeah. On February 16th, this was for like almost a year straight, of 1999, this was what my day looked like. So I had my manager's meeting. You see it up at the top?
Yeah.
I have a manager's meeting at 8:30. I had my agency meeting at 10:15. Then I had PR to do. Brenda, you remember, Brenda, you were with me every step of the way, honey. You were the one that booked my appointments for me so that I could go out after doing all of that and hitting the streets at night, doing your job. But I did it better than anyone else. Why? Because I was a believer in referrals. I got referrals. Look at what I did in that week. Can you read the number? $6,700. No, that's personal production. Leaders, you ever find yourself in a rough spot? Return to what got you there. I was the number 4 producer. That means I know how to write business. I had to go out and write business. During that week, and 1 week, and pretty much every week for that year, my average weekly production is this. And please, I am not bragging. Some of you are not going to interpret this right. I apologize if you don't. The point is, I want you to see that the road up is never perfect. You're going to fall down. You're going to hurt. It's going to be painful. Some of it will be your fault. Some of it won't be. In the end, does it really frickin' matter whose fault it is?
No.
Does it really matter? No, what matters is that you do what? You get back up. So this was my way of getting back up again. I said to Brenda, Brenda, I can't pay my bills. I can't pay the rent. I need your help. I need you to help me and book appointments for me, because not only am I going to continue to do what I do during the day, but I'm going to work at night. How many hours did I work? 100, 150, I don't know how many. It was endless. Why? Because I love this opportunity. I believe in this opportunity. Even though I fell down, I still believed in it. I knew it was a great opportunity. I didn't let myself quit. This is where most people would quit. Hello? When you fall. So now, we're just going on to 20th again, just typical week. I was drawing. I don't know what I was doing, Brenda. I don't know. I was just drawing. $7 grand that week. So wait, what day was this, guys? What day of the week? Saturday. What time is my first appointment? 9. You know why? Because you see that Saturday call? I had to take my call from the chairman of the board at 8:30. The founder of the company called every SGA at 8:30. I had my time, my call it was 8 o'clock. So I had to get my call, and then I had to go out and hit the field. And you can see here, presentation, no sale, referral, no sale, 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 sale. It was a pretty good day. I'm sharing this with you because this is the first time I've ever shared any of this with any of you, because I want you to know that if you want to have great success, I want you to see what happens after I did this. See, remember now, I had a nice run, things were going good, fell down. Hit the streets because that's what I needed to do. I didn't cry, I didn't whine, I wasn't bitching. I just said I got to go out into the field, I got to go make money. Okay? Are you with me here, gang? No feeling sorry for yourself. You can't do that. So now, we continue to reign and we continue to produce these numbers, and all of a sudden, I'm taking people out in the field with me. Again, this was a Friday. Ed Carroll, you know what that is? PR, Brenda. I got all of these PR appointments. So I not only do I have PR appointments, but then at night, I'm on the phones, and I had appointments in the field, as well as doing PR. There was nothing that was beneath me. I'm willing to do whatever I have to do because I believed in this company. I believed in my future. But now I was faced with, do I want to do something that I really don't want to do? You with me? That's the reason why many of us don't succeed, because we're not willing to do the things that sometimes we just don't want to do. Question: did I want to go out and work at night in the field and during the day? Did I want to do that?
No.
Thank you. I'd love to say, yeah, I look forward to it. It'd be a lie. I didn't want to do it. But what does wanting to do with it have anything to do with it? I had to do it. So therefore, I did what I didn't want to do because I knew that was what I had to do. How many of you know that there are times when you're going to have to do what you have to do, and you know you have to do it, but you don't do it? I believe we don't suffer from what we don't know. We suffer from what we do know and don't do. I just want you to know that you're being led. I'm one leader, there's many here, by a leader who led my entire life by example. I will never ask you to do anything that I myself have not only been willing to do, but will do it again if I have to. Are you with me here? That's what it takes to win in life. Are you with me here? Yes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Let's see if it makes sense when you fall down and need to do what I just did, Paul. Got it? So now, this is a couple of years later. Look at this letter I get from the chairman of the board. What does he say? You wrote over 4.2 million. You had a 50% growth for the year. And I say to you, Eric, you know and I know that this is just the beginning. You're talking about doubling your production. A lot of people are going to tell you that it can't be done. And it won't happen if you listen. But if you keep that Giglione spirit fuming, as only you can fume, you'll do it. I'm going to tell you this. I'd rather bet on you than on the Miami football team. I think it's a safer bet. Bernard Rappaport found it. This is a couple of years later. So as a result of my willingness to go out into the field and do it, the windows of heaven opened up and blessed me in my best years that followed. My best years followed what was my worst period. Are you with me? So if you're having a really bad time, yay. That means the best is about to come if you just hang in there. So now we move up. We're in 2002. This is 8 months after Bernard sends me this letter. We're just now getting ourselves back up. Let's see. What does it say up here? The past month, we set another agency and company record. We produced 759,000, the largest month in our history. 176% ahead of last year. We're 127% year to date. And it was the largest month ever produced by any agency in 1 month, with the exception of those bastards. Those bastards. Son of a bitch. But you know, I had to give them props. Okay? Pretty cool stuff? I've never shown this before. I've never shared the history of the agency. I just picked moments where I felt would be a good thing to share. Now here we go in 2002, in that same, now we're in October. Look at what we did, David. I know you think we're doing good here, and we are. But look at what we did in 2002. We did 191 grand. Those are the MGAs at the time. This is David's son. Didn't you work for Jeff? Wasn't he your MGA?
He was my MGA. I know a lot of those guys.
Mark Rosen was fired, thank God. I'm not going to tell you the story, okay? Let's just, they all want the dirt. They want the dirt.
A lot of good stories there.
I know, we got it. So now, yeah, 2003, look, there's that month, 655,000. But not only did we do that, you in Boston, Attleboro, get ready for this next slide. Because at the same time, while we did 655 here in New Jersey, we did 283,000 in Boston. We've already been there. That means Attleboro, you're going to catch up to what this agency's already done. Are you guys ready? Of course they are. That's Boston. We were in Boston during that year. So when you combine the two, it's just short of 800,000. So again, Mr. Rappaport fires off a letter to me, as he always was so gracious in doing so, talking about our success. And so there's the history of this agency. And I want, if you can put those lights up a little bit. The reason that I wanted you to see this is because I wanted all of you to see that this is a place where success happens. You with me? Success happens here. Not because it's New Jersey, but because of the leadership, the commitment that we have to excellence, and the willingness to do whatever it takes. And so because that's who we are, this is an agency that has a tradition of winning. And I needed to make the case to you so that every one of you in this room today walks out and knows in your heart that we are not only committed to growing 25% a year, but that in 2025, we will be writing $1 million a week out of this agency. Who here will get into agreement? Who here will get excited about that? Who here will decide that you're going to get a piece of that for you? $1 million a week. I don't think you're getting excited enough about that number. $1 million a week. That's a big-ass number. And we going after that sucker with everything we got. George, everything we got, baby. Corey, everything you got. Evan, everything you got. Dominic, everything you got. Gerstein with that little beard thing of yours going on there. Everything you got, baby. You got it? Magda, where are you? Queen of Queens. Gee, right in the front row. Getting so excited I forgot she's right in front of me. You got it, Magda? Big dreams. We got them. Latch on. Decide that you're going to be with us 1 decade from now and celebrate that $50 million. Okay? Make that decision. Well, the plan. What is it? Here it is, and then we're going to do the recognition and all of that. Number one, I'm going to give you the plan, guys. You should write this down. You might want to write this down because it's so simple. Number one, commitment to excellence. David and I are committed to excellence. That means we're going to continue to make small improvements in every area. From our training systems, to our leadership programs, to our conservation department, every area of this business will continue to strive towards greater and greater excellence. So we are committed to small improvements every day. By the way, take a page out of our book and make this your life too. Commit to excellence by making small improvements every single day. That's number one. Field and video training. You should be putting yourselves on video on every aspect of that presentation. You should be committed to mastering that presentation from beginning to end. Don't try to recreate. We've got a great presentation. Own it. Make it something that you own in your heart, in your mind, and commit to excellence. Put it on video. Practice it over and over and over, and go back and do it again. Those locker rooms, how are they these days? Pretty good? I mean, am I doing okay there? Are we doing good? You like the messages? Okay. I look at them every day too, just so you know, because I need to be inspired too every day. Are you with me? I really do. I mean, crazy as it sounds, I listen to those messages. But I have a second thing I do. I look at them with a critical eye. What am I doing when I'm watching them?
Thinking yourself.
Making small improvements. Ooh, I don't like the way you did that, Giggs. That sucked. Oh, Giggs, why'd you do that? You know what I'm saying? I'm constantly critiquing myself. Okay? So that's number one. Craig Ebinger. Commitment to excellence, baby. That's who you are. Number two, customer service revolution. Here's the book. It's out, just came out. Folks, the revolution of customer service has been taking place. Virgin Atlantic's, Nordstrom, Ritz-Carlton, just to name a few of the companies who really are totally all about the customer. That's what we're going to be. We're going to keep making improvements here. My goal is this. When a customer calls this office or calls you and they get off that phone, they want to tell everyone they know about us because they want everyone to do business with us. How about that kind of culture? Are you with me here today, gang? I want to form a revolution. I want our customer service to be off the frickin' hook. I want people to feel like there's no company like you guys out there. Are you with me? Are you with me here? Come on. We got to get committed to this stuff. Locker room. Another resource. The Daily Locker Room will soon hit 1 million minutes of viewing time, supported by 356,000 hits. So the workbook itself came out. As you know, we have a book signing today. For those of you who'd like me to sign your book, and a little conversation, some Danish, that's going to happen over there. But David, do you want to quickly?
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit ago.
Absolutely. This is, I'm going to
Is there
just
a
read to you
slide?
guys. I don't know if Dave has the slide to put up here.
Yeah, there it is.
Craig, would you mind just?
Yeah,
Thanks. I just want to share with you guys, because the second book is about to come out. And as you know, Roger Smith did the foreword, bless you, did the foreword for the first book. The executive vice president of AIL, Bob Falvo, did the foreword to the upcoming book. And I just want to share it with you because Eric was really moved by it. I was with Leslie when we asked Bob to write the foreword, and he's got a long history, so I just want to read it. In the Daily Locker Room, Eric Iglione has compiled an incredible source of information about how to successfully think, act, and most importantly, live. He has organized this book in a way that any serious student of success will understand and find useful. Each page is filled with the wisdom and knowledge he has acquired through his many years as a student of success, during his very successful career as a business owner, as well as the experience of others. In May of 1987, about a week after I graduated from college, I was hired by Eric Iglione and had the good fortune to work alongside him for the first 7 years of what is now a 28-year career. His guidance started me on my journey of success and inspired me and challenged me to live my best life. Our company's top sales and management leadership is punctuated by many people who were blessed to start their careers with Coach Giggs as their mentor. In them, I see that Eric's excellence as a leader has manifested itself in their spirit of self-management. If you are someone looking to make a mark in leadership, this book and the entire series should be part of your daily life. Open your mind and let this book and the powerful messages that live within change your life.
You know, yeah, thank you. It was perfect.
I think he was talking about me, though, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Some of the great people that...
You know, I still, till this date, have a very hard time promoting myself, okay, or anything that I'm doing. And the reason is because this has not been a personal ambition of mine. This was not an ambition of mine. This came to me. In other words, I didn't chase this thing. This thing chased me down. Because so many people would ask me, you know, Eric, I wonder if you could coach me a little bit. I'd like some private coaching. I've had so many people over the years would ask me that. And so it kind of chased me down, the things that I've learned and acquired to share. And so that's really what the locker room is all about. There's nothing in there that is an original. There's nothing, I haven't had an original thought, I don't think so, maybe one or two in my lifetime. But everything I know I've learned from other people. And so everything that's in this workbook is from wiser people than me who I have studied under and have worked out these formulas. And so I want to encourage all of you to get that book and every day spend 3 minutes in the morning. That's it. Watch The Locker Room in the morning. 3 minutes. Can it hurt you? No. It can only inspire. It can only encourage. So make that habit. And that would be a commitment to excellence. Because inside those messages, whether it's David, Simon, myself, Sabrina, or any future people who are in that locker room, 3 minutes can save someone's life. I get so much feedback on how this information changes people's lives. So let's all commit this year to growing. And the workbook is another means by which to help you grow. It has 3 questions every day on each message. Get involved. I promise you, you'll find yourself achieving more and more. And so between a customer service revolution, between commitment to excellence, second. Third is great leadership. That's how we're going to get to 50 million. Everything rises on leadership. Everything. Leaders develop daily, not in a day. Michael Gerstein is becoming a great leader. He is not a great leader. Corey Helly is becoming a great leader. He is not a great leader. Magda is a great leader. I'm having fun right now, obviously. I pray that you, all of you who hold a management contract, will be committed to developing yourself. Because leaders grow. You're not born one. No one's born a leader. I'm telling you. No one. No one. You become a great leader. Fourth, specific vision for everyone. I'm going to give you the numbers of what we're expecting. Number one, for producers, don't even talk to me unless you're thinking about making 100 grand a year, minimum. If you are a personal producer and you're not in management, I need you thinking no less than 100 grand a year. That's $2,000 a week. All right, some of you, I got work to do. Okay, I'm going to go over this section. Some of you are looking at me real funny over there. Maybe you guys will look at me better. I need producers minimum 100 grand. That's how I need you thinking. Are you with me? Are you with me here? Are you guys with me right here? Put your hands together. You guys relax. Sit down. You guys right here. Are you with me? Don't think less than 100. Some of you are there already. Some of you are on your way there. Middle group. All of you right here. Are you going to be thinking less than 100 or is 100,000 minimum what we're going to be thinking for a producer, right? You with me here? Yes. Seriously, buy into it. You with me? Yes. Okay, let's see if these guys caught on. Are you guys, did you guys catch on to that? Yes. Yeah, but Eric, you know, what about people who make $200? What about them? Are you working to improve? Are you doing things so that you can be more productive today than yesterday? That's all. I don't care where you're at right now. What I care about is what? Where you go. Are you with me here? Where you go. If you are a personal producer, you should not be thinking less than 6 figures of income. Because that is doable. I'll give you the formula. 25 appointments, 15 presentations, 5 sales. Question, is that doable?
Yes.
Is that a realistic number?
Yes.
How about over here? Is that a realistic number?
Yes.
25, 15, 5. Make 25 appointments. Present 15 people. Sell 5 of those 15. $100,000 income. I don't want to talk about anything less. If you want to talk to me about more, bring it on. Don't talk to me about less. Are you with me? So that's our vision for our producers. Essays, 125K. That's what we're casting right now for essays. You hold an essay contract, that's the number that you should be striving towards and pushing toward. Minimum. You want more? Great. Get to the minimum first. And then shoot for more. GAs, 150,000. That's the number I want you to put in your head. Who here holds a GA contract? 150,000 and more earners. You got it? You got it, Epinger? Don't make me take you out back, you son of a bitch. Kick your ass. Because I will if I have to. You damn right. I'll get those drumsticks too and smack you with them. 150K for GAs. MGAs, 250K. Come on, are you with me here? Raise your hand if you have an MGA contract.
That's my medicine.
Okay? 250. You understand me? If you think less than that, oh baby, you and me gonna have some real problems. Because I need these essays and GAs and new people to be able to look and see. Oh my God, look at, he's doing it. He's doing it. She's doing it. 250K. You got it, MGAs? You got it? And if you want to enter that world of MGA, you better not be thinking less than that. Because then you and me got a problem. Because you're thinking too small. Are you with me here, gang? Are you with me? Come on, gang. We're casting vision now. This is vision casting! Get it! Don't think less. RGAs, 300K. are the numbers that will exist in the days and the weeks ahead. Before we show the last part, and then, David, you're going to do all these awards, I want you to see your future. But before you see what your future is, you'll be blown away by this next piece. Blown away. Blown away. But before I blow you out of your seats in a second, I'll blow you right out of your seats in a minute. I promise you. Get ready. You better hold on, because you're about to go through the roof in a minute, okay?
He's not
You
joking.
better hold on to your chair.
He's not joking.
I'm not kidding. You're about to go. But before I do that, yesterday was a very, very, very profound day for me. Ever since I brought this little guy over here on as my partner, every time I get on that plane and I go to Miami, my first thought is him. Is my partner, is he doing okay? Is he feeling good about, what he's doing? Is he making the kind of money that he's hoping to make? Or did he make more money before I promoted him? And so in the beginning, David took a cut and pay. Are you with me? Come on now. Took a cut. He was making less money as a partner than he was as an RGA. But thank God David thinks like I do. He said, I know this is temporary, and I'm prepared to pay that price. This was
More than 4 years ago.
more than 4 years ago. Yesterday, he said to me, my wife and I were looking at my check, and it's more money in this week than I made the entire first year when I got out of college, my first job. He made more money last week in his, come on guys, you should get excited about your boss. Realize please. If you want the world to be excited about your success, then you've got to get excited about other people's success. When he told me that, it blew me away.
Truth is, it's everybody in this room's future. I started in the exact same place everybody else did, so there's no reason why everybody can't think that big.
He said the check is bigger than the whole year.
It was kind of cool, actually.
Do you understand what I just said?
I tried to do the math.
Do you understand what the frick I just said? His 1 week check was bigger than his whole year in his first year. You get that? Some of you ain't getting it. Did you get that? And that's when I told him, I know that I said I'm going to be here 6 months out of the year. I'm only going to be here 6 days now. You got this thing. I'll see you later. Now, kidding aside, I'm actually spending more time here than I've ever done. It's because I love it. I want to show you your future. Hold on to your chairs. Lower the lights. Let's go. I want to show you your future. Dave, do you have the time slots by which... Okay, Dave, hold on. Before we do this, I just want all of you to know that what you're about to see is going to change the entire future of your careers and mine. And when you see what you're about to see, you'll see why. Dave, go.
Nate Shute here with your Redmond support team. Now Mobile Planet is sweeping across the company, and we want to show you an overview of all these great features. So let's get started. We're going to go to www.
And for this quarter, it is with great pride and pleasure that we give the Golden Sponge Award to Mr. Ryan Orlowski. Come on, baby!
Turn up, Ralph. Turn the camera. I don't know if you got regular photo static shots, but this is a good one.
The ones that everybody was bugging the crap out of me about for the last month or so. We started this a couple of years ago. Rookie of the Year and MVP. This is really cool stuff because when you think about the impact a person has on an organization, the ability to affect others, the ability to help the whole team reach new heights, not just through personal achievements, but also through the achievements of working with others. This is a really hard award to give out, and there were a number of very qualified people for both awards. And I want to say that in all seriousness because I know that there are a lot of people who feel like they did everything they needed to win. But there can only be one person that's given this award at the end of the year. And for Rookie of the Year, for a variety of things. Not only was he the #1 GA for the year, yeah! But he also He also won the Leadership 101 contest and has been invited to speak next Monday back in Texas. All the other aspiring leaders. Give it up for our Rookie of the Year. So Craig was actually basically in the first possible eligible training class. He was in the first possible eligible training class. George, don't feel bad, you were considered. Don't worry about it. But the MVP is open to anybody. The MVP is open to the person who truly makes the biggest impact on an organization. And it probably will not surprise anybody in the room after what they just saw in these PowerPoints, who won the MVP award for the year in 2014. And there's not a whole lot I can say about this guy. I know that we bust each other's chops a lot, but I love this guy for what he's done, and I think he deserves this award as much as anybody we've given it to. Mike Gerstein won it last year.
I was like, wait a second. I was like, wait a second. I think someone else deserves it more than me this year.
We're not giving it to Mike this year. Mike was in second place in all the categories, so he doesn't win. I love you too, Mike.
Are you kidding me right now?
We love you, Mike.
But the MVP of the year, the most significant individual contribution from somebody this year goes to Corey Allen.
With the actor Al Pacino. Y'all familiar with him? I want him to close out this meeting. Would you mind if I brought Al Pacino in to close this meeting out? Okay. Dim the lights all the way down. Okay? On the left side here.